thumb under the other that won't stay put. Keeps her running away just like my heart. 'Cause loving anybody just seems so hard. Oh, I'm amazed. I've lived this long, lived a life this way. Oh, don't you know? When the song is done, it's time to go. When the song is done, it's time to go. She got a heart of gold and an angel smile. I got this whole guitar and a soul band's wild. She loves me more than she loved me then. I'm not sure I'll be back again. Oh, I'm amazed. I've lived this long, living life this way. When the song is done, it's time to go. When the song is done, it's time to go. This long, live the life this way. Oh, don't you know? When the song is done, it's time to go. Oh, I'm amazed. I've lived this long, live the life this way. Oh, don't you know? When the song is done, it's time to go. When the song is done, it's time to go.
You're like staring at the sunrise, energy all through my veins. You know it drives me insane. It's the way you look in my eyes, hit me like a hurricane. Way it feels I can't explain. Staring at the sunrise, energy all through my veins. You know it drives me insane. It's the way you look in my eyes, hit me like a hurricane. Way it feels I can't explain. Addicted to your energy, need your loving constantly. All the things you do to me. Addicted to your energy, need your loving constantly. All the things you do to me. You have to stay. It's the way you look, way you look. It's the way you look in my eyes. It's the way you look, way you look. It's the way you look in my eyes. Hit me like, hit me like, hey.
You're listening to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show with your host, Brad Brock.
Good morning, Jammers. Welcome to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show. I am your host, Brad Brock. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning here on the Treasure Coast. Wherever you are, it's a beautiful day, too. And I thank you so much for joining me this morning here on the Jams and Coffee program. Whether you're tuning in over on YouTube or watching on Facebook or listening in on our partner radio stations, Shore Life Radio or JNC Radio, wherever you're tuning in. We hope that you make your way over to our YouTube channel at some point and smash our subscribe button, click the little bell, and then you'll know whenever we go live. You can see this beautiful face each and every morning, 8 a.m. All right. Well, here we are. We are a whole day into the week now. Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. For some, it's the Tuesday we've gotten over the Monday blues. And here we are. We're full on into our week. And it's still hot here in South Florida, the Treasure Coast and the Palm Beaches. It's going to be very warm today. Temperatures are kicking off in the mild low 70s this morning. You're going to watch out for areas of fog throughout the morning with a passing light shower. All that seems to have cleared up here in our area. And a mostly sunny Tuesday afternoon with highs in the upper 80s in the Palm Beaches and the low 80s on the Treasure Coast. A weak cool front's expected to pass through by midweek this week. It's going to bring less humidity and breezy conditions later on Wednesday and lasting through Thursday. So we'll drop the afternoon temperature to the 70s on Thursday and Friday. The forecast stays dry through the end of the week. And then another cold front's expected to pass the area on Saturday. That'll bring a chance for spotty showers Saturday afternoon and a slight cool down by Sunday. Morning temperatures on Sunday will be cooler in the upper 50s and low 60s. And upper 70s for highs on Sunday. And here's a friendly reminder. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Actually, Philip brought it up. The daylight savings time is going to start over again this Sunday at 2 a.m. So remember to push the clocks 1 hour forward Saturday night before you go to bed because you're going to lose a whole hour of sleep, but you'll have a little bit more sunlight the days following. Looking ahead, another cold front for the following week could bring much-needed showers back to the forecast with a bigger push of cold air. I'll tell you, my grass is thirsty out there, folks. Real thirsty. I feel like every time I put a sprinkler on and water it a little bit, the next day it's the greenest I've ever seen it in my life. I got to stay on top of that. I got to stay on top of keeping the sprinkler out there. All right. We also have Philip. Speaking of Philip, we have his morning JNC not so irrelevant weather report. From Middle Tennessee, he said a cold front passed through overnight and dropped to their 80-degree temps down to a seasonal temperature of 60, or in the 60s, the mid-60s. I said that's going to be the case today with plenty of sunshine throughout the day. He said it's still in the wintertime here, so temperatures and weather patterns are a norm now. So the pollen's having its way with everything and will now be the lime green color that it will make you. Or will it make you sneeze just looking at it? He said he just did. Thank you, Philip, for that. It's true. They're here in Florida as well. Just a layer of pollen on everything. I have a subscription to my local car wash that allows me to get a car wash every day, once a day, every day. And whenever I go out and I run errands, I just, pop through and get a little car wash. And no kidding, by the end of the day, there's another layer of pollen all over my vehicle. What are you going to do? 'Tis the season. It's that time of year. We also have some national days here for you today. Let's take a peek, shall we? I don't know what's somebody has somebody in the pancake world really has a squeeze on the national days, because I believe we had 2 pancake days, if I'm not mistaken, and here we are with National Flapjack Day. Can't make it up, folks. Can't make it up. National Flapjack Day on March 7th delivers a piping hot flavor of goodness, or piping hot flavor and goodness, of course. The day honors the sturdy, wholesome cakes we've been cooking up for generations. Recipes handed down from grandmother to son and mother to daughter continue to bring smiles to families all across the country. Flapjacks were a staple of pioneers pursuing new lives on the frontier. Packed with nutrients and energy, flapjacks provided the fuel they needed to withstand the often arduous trails. Stacked high, flapjacks remind us of mornings in Grandma's kitchen when the coffee was fresh. We topped them with fresh blueberries and real maple syrup. Maybe today you add pecans or walnuts, thick sliced bananas, and your favorite nut butter. Fresh whipped cream always makes flapjacks seem extra special to you. No matter where you go, the flavor and aroma of hot off the griddle flapjacks never go wrong. They'll fuel you up for a day of hiking, playing, exploring, and celebrating too. Well, there you have it. National Flapjack Day today. What do we have next? This is a delicious day, by the way. Today, March 7th, is National Crown Roast of Pork Day. What is that? It sounds amazing. It looks delicious to you here. Take a look at this. National Crown of Roast Pork Day. It looks good. March 7th, it recognizes a delicious and elegant savory dish on National Crown Roast of Pork Day. The menu calls for a beautifully set table, ready to receive a feast worthy of a royalty or a celebration. Crown roast of pork earns its name when a pork loin forms a circle with the ribs pointing upwards, creating the points of a crown. Often they are held together by twine. It's then seasoned and usually stuffed, roasted, and served, making a beautiful centerpiece on the table. The ends of the bones may be given a paper frill treatment for added decoration. For anyone familiar with roasting pork and other meats, this roast cooks much the same way. What makes it stand out from the others is its presentation. It elevates an already flavorful cut of meat to a whole other level and makes the cook look exceptional in the process. So there you go. Find your favorite Crown Roast of Pork recipe and get on it. And for your breakfast nuts, it's also National Cereal Day. March 7th urges us to get our bowl and spoon ready for National Cereal Day each year. Since the end of the 19th century, cereal has become America's most popular breakfast food. Now, not only is cereal eaten for breakfast, but it's become a popular bedtime snack. Some people even enjoy a bowl for an evening meal. Bakers turn to cereal in their cake, cookie, and bar recipes. The most popular one is the Rice Krispie Bar treats. Little cereal history for you. Ferdinand Schumacher, a German immigrant, began the cereal revolution in 1854 with a hand oat grinder in the back room of a small store in Akron, Ohio. His German Mills American Oatmeal Company was the nation's first commercial oatmeal manufacturer. In 1877, Schumacher adopted the Quaker symbol, the first registered trademark for breakfast cereal. Granola, the first breakfast cereal, was invented in the United States in 1863 by James Caleb Jackson, operator of Our Home on the Hillside, which was later replaced by the Jackson Sanatorium in Dansville, New York. Gotta have some of those. The cereal never became popular since it was inconvenient and heavy bran nuggets needed soaking overnight before they were tender enough to eat. The cereal industry rose from a combination of sincere religious beliefs and commercial interests in healthy foods. Dr. John Harvey Kellogg experimented with granola. He boiled some wheat, rolled it into thin films, and baked the resulting flakes in the oven. He acquired a patent in 1891, and in 1895 he launched Corn Flakes, which overnight captured a national market. And in 1906, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg's brother, William K. Kellogg, after working for John, broke away, bought the cornflakes rights from his brother, and set up the Battle Creek Toasted Cornflake Company. His signature on every package became the company trademark and insurance of quality. Charles W. Post introduced grape nuts in 1898 and soon followed with Post Toasties. Because of Kellogg and Post, the city of Battle Creek, Michigan is nicknamed the cereal capital of the world. There you have it. Little trivia there for Cereal Day. Post and Kellogg, they're real people. They existed. Philip said, I celebrated National Cereal Day last night for supper. Good for you. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're out there listening, let me know in the chats and comments, what's your favorite cereal? What's your favorite breakfast cereal? Mine's a toss-up. I'll tell you, it's a toss-up between, and I'm a child, so a child at heart, and I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I think it's a wonderful, sweet treat. And I'm also a fan of Cocoa Krispies. If you get away from the sweet cereals, I also do like Frosted Flakes, even though those are pretty sweet. And I do like Raisin Bran quite a bit. There you have it. Regular cornflakes, not my jam. Don't dig it. The Total cereal, don't like it either. Regular Rice Krispies, don't hit me with that. Cocoa Puffs or Cocoa Krispies, I'm all about it. And yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I would choose that anytime, every time, all the time. Let me know what your favorite is. I'd love to hear it. I'm ready to try. I haven't had cereal for breakfast in a very long time. I don't even think that we have any milk in our refrigerator right now at the moment. All right, we have one more national day for you, a day of awareness. Philip said Lucky Charms will make you poop green. Interesting. Today is also National Be Heard Day. Each year on the 7th of March, we celebrate National Be Heard Day and encourages small businesses across the country to make their own presence known. The day recognizes over 145 million small businesses in the United States striving to be heard over the big business-dominated noise. Around the U.S., small businesses employ approximately 47% of the workforce. Standing out amongst the crowd can be a daunting task, but small businesses are unique in many ways. Not only do they supply cutting-edge services and products, they also reinvest in small-town America and local neighborhoods in many ways. When small business owners live, work, and play in our communities, their dollars stay and grow. Many of these businesses create custom products solving unique problems for big businesses. Not only that, they support our schools and dollars as mentors in the classroom and on the field as coaches. The day supports small businesses as they stand up and grab the attention of consumers. National Be Heard Day encourages small businesses to stand out through creative marketing, smart publicity tactics, a strong visual appearance, or any other inventive way of making their presence known. When small businesses thrive, so do our communities. So if you own a small business, Phil Chesser Designs, get out there and do a big publicity stunt today. Today's the day to do it. It's your day to be heard. And those are your national days. As always, we believe that every day is a day to celebrate here on Jams and Coffee. And we hope that we inspired you a little bit there to get out there and celebrate. All right. We're going to take a quick musical interlude. When we return, we got some news, some interesting stories out there today. I can't wait to share some of these with you. You're listening to Jams and Coffee in the morning. Here's one from Johnny Depp. This is the Okeechobee Love Song. A little local music here for you. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
You know, it may sound funny, but I like her like that. Yeah, I like her like that. Yes, I like her like that. You know, it may sound funny, but honey, I like her like that. was in the bed, but her feet was in the hall. Man, I liked her like that. Damn, I liked her like that. There was footprints on the ceiling, showed that I'm feeling, yeah, I liked her like that. Didn't have no teeth, but she was so sweet, you know it's what's underneath. Man, I liked her like that. Damn, I liked her just like that. You know it may sound gummy, but honey, I liked her like that. The moral of the story, yeah, there's one. You know you wanna have a good life, gonna have fun. Find yourself a good gal, you never be alone. You know beauty skin deep, but that mean will cut you clean to the bone. Girl loves kind of short and fat. You know it may sound funny, but I like her like that. Yeah, I like her like that. Yeah, I like you just like that. You know it may sound funny, but honey, I like her like that. Oh, the moral of the story, yeah, there's one. You know you wanna have a good life, gonna have fun. Find yourself a good gal, you never be alone. You know beauty skin deep, but that mean will cut you clean to the bone.
We're back with Jams and Coffee in the Morning there with Johnny Depp, Chobe Love Song. And that was a live look at downtown Stewart. If you're watching the show, the roundabout there in downtown Stewart. Peaceful, lovely morning. For now. We all know it gets a little crazy down there. All right, friends, we're going to dive right into the news. Interesting stories today. Interesting stories. This one is brought to you by Jordan. She actually sent this to me this morning, and I found it interesting as a fan of Abraham Lincoln, as many of us are. I found this story enthralling. It's a short one, but interesting enough. Scientists in Florida have found a 214-year-old mollusk, based, of course, on the layers on its shells. It's been alive since 1809, so they named it, naturally, Aberclam Lincoln. I love it. Aberclam Lincoln, after former President Abraham Lincoln, of course, who was born the same year as this Will Clam. Gulf Specimen Marine Laboratories said an AmeriCorps member named Blaine found it while walking with his family. They said it's an ocean quahog clam, a type that can live more than 200 years, obviously, as this one is 214 years old. I'm going to follow this story and see if there's any updates on Aberclam Lincoln. So there you have it. This clam was born the very same year as Abraham Lincoln. Interesting stuff. The world is a weird place. All right, and next up, we've got some celestial news for you. March's full moon will rise today, coinciding with several holidays and festivals around the world. The Farmer's Almanac calls March's full moon the worm moon, after the worms that start to come to the surface after the ground begins to thaw in the northern hemisphere. Many indigenous people of the Great Lakes region knew it as the Onabidden Gizis, or the snow crust moon, according to the Center for Native American Studies. But Europeans may know March's full moon as the Lenten moon, according to NASA, after the Christian period of fasting before Easter, which coincides with this period in the lunar cycle. The full moon also coincides with Purim, the Jewish holiday that celebrates the salvation of the Jewish people from a plot to kill all the Jewish citizens of ancient Persia. Purim 2023 will begin the evening of March 6th, which was yesterday, and continue through the evening of March 7th. For Hindus, this March's full moon marks the festival of Holi, a celebration of the love of the god Radha Krishna and the triumph of good over evil. During Holi, revelers might light bonfires and douse each other with colorful powders or dyed water. That sounds fun. For many Buddhists, March's full moon is the full moon of the third lunar month, the time of the festival Magha Puja in Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, and Sri Lanka. This festival celebrates an ancient gathering of disciples with Buddha. The moon will be at its fullest at 7:40 a.m. Eastern Time on March 7th, which is just about past us, about an hour ago. But it'll look full for the days before the official full moon, according to EarthSky. Full moons always happen when the moon and sun are on opposite sides of the Earth, with the moon's day side fully facing Earth. The entire disk of the moon appears bright and round, and according to the Sky Live, the moon is currently 251,072 miles from Earth, at neither its farthest nor closest point. After the worm moon, the next full moon will occur April 5th, and it's sometimes called the pink moon, after the pink wildflowers that begin to bloom at this time of year in parts of North America. So, get a chance to get out there and see some full moon action. Lovely. All right. This next story, I'm not going to lie, friends. I'm going to need you to be a grown-up. Can we all be grown-ups here? Can we all be adults for just about 5 minutes to get through this story? I'm not particularly asking you. I'm more so asking myself. A metal detectorist in England recently hit on something surprising. A small bronze figurine holding a large, hinged phallus. The unique find goes up for auction this week. Get your checkbooks ready. You're gonna want this. Paul Shepard discovered the object at a 2022 metal detecting event in Hackenby, a tiny village about 100 miles north of London, while searching a field with his wife. Initially, given the location, Shepard assumed the unusual find was just a steel pin for cartwheel from old farming equipment. Once he saw the face of the 2.2-inch tall figurine, he realized it was something very different. Nigel Mills, a coin and artifact specialist at Noonan's Auctions, said in a statement that the figurine is likely Celtic and dates back to the 1st century A.D. and may be a representation of a fertility god, probably based on the Roman god Mercury, as he's holding a purse in his left hand. The artifact also has a loop on the back of its head, indicating that the object may have served as a locking mechanism, as a buckle to hold a belt, a scabbard for a sword, with the phallus having the power of warding off evil spirits. Ain't that the truth? However, John Pierce, a senior lecturer in archaeology at King's College London, in the UK, who was not involved in the find, said in an email that the object was clearly intended to dangle. He disagreed with the idea that it was a buckle, saying, "My feeling is that this is yet another variant on the phallic pendant form to be worn around the neck. The fact that the phallus is large and hinged may have provided potential amusement and surprise, which increases the object's function of fending off the evil eye and invidia by provoking laughter." So it was meant to be funny. We all can laugh now. Shepard was detecting for around 25, or has been detecting for about 25 years. He said, "What I love about metal detecting is the absolute surprise of what you find. And this certainly came out of the blue." He's listing his find for auction with Noonan's, and it's estimated to sell for between $960 and $1,400, which Shepard hopes to use to pay for a vacation. Many of these small, even though the figurine dates to 2,000 years ago, it does not seem to fall under the UK's Treasure Act of 1996, which requires finders to report treasure, such as coins, gold, and silver objects, as well as multiple artifacts found in the same place. In response to this act, the Portable Antiquities Scheme was passed in 1997 by the British Museum. Wales encouraged members of the public to report small finds of potential archaeological interest. Many of these small finds stay in individual collections, and some are sold at auction, and others go to museums or are donated. In general, the Portable Antiquities Scheme has been very successful, Pierce said. When an item is recorded in the publicly available database, information about the object is available to all, whatever the artifact's subsequent fate. Bills confirmed that the figurine was shown to a Paws Finds liaison officer when it was discovered, and the details have been sent to the Portable Antiquity Scheme. They went on to say there's currently a backlog, so it's not in the system yet. But regardless, the phallus figurine will be offered by Noonan's in a 2-day sale on March 8th and 9th. So if you want a little bronze figurine with a hinged wiener, you may be in luck. Get your checkbooks ready. Makes a great Christmas gift. Oh my God! If you guys are listening on Shore Life, you're gonna want to have to pop over and fast forward on YouTube to see it, or just Google the phallus figurine. You'll see it. Not safe for work, though. Don't do it at work. Your boss might be like, "What have you been searching for?" Aaron Team said 2.2 inches. Yeah, that's the whole size of the entire thing. But the wiener on this thing, Aaron, is about half the size. So, if we're putting it in perspective, it's a pretty big dong. Well, there you have it. Thank you all for being adults on this, and we can move on now to another story. We got some local news here on the Treasure Coast, and I think this idea is catching fire, so maybe it'll be available in an area near you. But this new program called Operation Greenlight gives drivers a chance to pay their court debts and get their license reinstated. So if you're one of the thousands of Florida residents who have lost your driver's license because of unpaid court costs or traffic fines, court clerks are staging an event to help square the debt and get you legally back behind the wheel. During Operation Greenlight, an annual driver license reinstatement event being held this month at local courthouses, court clerks work with residents to lower or waive outstanding fees so they can pay off their court obligations and have their licenses reinstated. Martin County Clerk of Court Carolyn Tinman said more than 60 clerk offices statewide are participating in Operation Greenlight events, which in the Tri-County area will be held within a March 13th to the March 25th timeframe. So it's coming up. The times, location details, and participation vary by county, so you have to look that up. Eligible residents with suspended driver's license will have an opportunity to inquire about a payment plan, pay overdue court obligations, including traffic or criminal fines, while saving up to 40% on collection fees. Timon said, "We encourage individuals with suspended licenses due to outstanding court obligations to take advantage of this opportunity to clear their records and get back on the road." Since 2019, court clerks statewide have held 244 events, collected more than $11.5 million in revenue, and 43,000 driver's licenses were either reinstated or made eligible for reinstatement. Martin County hosted its first Operation Greenlight event in 2015. Last year, clerks assisted 270 customers remove 444 cases from collections and took in $59,000. In St. Lucie County, $130,000 was collected during last year's event, and 1,075 cases were removed from collections. Michelle Miller, the clerk for St. Lucie County, said for as little as $160, most customers can set up a payment plan and have their licenses reinstated. Last year, over 1,000 St. Lucie County residents participated in Operation Greenlight, and we hope to help even more in 2023. In most traffic cases, the clerk's office can reinstate a driver's license the same day fines are paid. Or eligible drivers can schedule an appointment with any Florida tax collector to complete the reinstatement process. Indian River County Deputy Clerk Ryan Butler said during last year's half-day event, they collected $46,000 in outstanding court costs, with 72 people who paid in full and 60 people placed on a payment plan. He went on to say, "We pulled 121 cases from the collection agency. We had 9 driver's licenses that were actually reinstated." Staff from the tax collector's office were at the event, said, and helped eligible people get their licenses back on the spot. This year, Indian River County will extend the event to 6 days to provide more people a chance to pay their debt or get on a payment plan. Payment plans are set up on a sliding scale. Ability to pay, scale, and paying even $20 a month can prevent a driver's license revocation. The event allows people to save money, Butler said, by getting collection fees waived or negotiate down the amount of interest they may have accrued over time. That's the benefit for the customers, Butler noted. They can save a lot of money and still become eligible to get their licenses back. Well, what are your all thoughts on this? Because I when it comes to things like this, I'm a little jaded. I think it's great for people to be able to go and get their driver's license back and legal. I've had mine suspended. It's a horrible experience. It's time-consuming and inconvenient. So while I agree with this, I just think it's crazy that it has to come to this anyway. I think that traffic violations or traffic penalties are exorbitant. I think speeding fines are exorbitant, in my opinion. I understand what the reasoning is, but the lengths that the counties will go to enforce these things are obscene. I've spoken about Vero Beach being incredibly harsh on parking fines. And don't get it twisted. I could see both sides of the fence. Obviously, if you have people parking in the parking spots, which is limited on the island there in Vero Beach for many, many hours or days even, it creates a problem. But I think the tactics in which or the technology used to ticket people parking is absolutely ludicrous. I think it's wildly invasive, and I feel like it breaks some laws. But I don't know. I'll do some more research. I'll get my law degree and take it to court myself in the next 50 years. So we'll revisit it then. Yeah. Traffic citations. You got me twisted. Anyway, if you have your license suspended, this might be a good opportunity to go and get a deal on all the violations that you have and and pay a little less. Sorry to the poor slobs that paid all the money up front to do the right thing. So all of you slackers out there, this is your time to shine. So go and get that deal, baby. Moving right along. Oh, man. Who loves the Toblerone candy bars? The little triangle candy bars that we all snapped the wrong way for most of our lives, and now we realize that you snap it the other way and it works even better. I digress. We all used to enjoy them because they were Swiss-made. What's better than Swiss chocolate? Well, that's not going to be the case any longer. Toblerone bars sold in over 100 countries can no longer be called Swiss chocolate because the brand's U.S. owner is moving some of the production out of Switzerland. Of course, the peak-shaped treat made with honey and almond nougat will also lose the iconic Matterhorn mountain from its packaging, which makes Toblerone decided to shift some of the manufacturing to the Slovakian capital of Bratislava. For legal reasons, the changes we're making to manufacturing mean we need to adjust our packaging to comply with Swissness legislation. That's a real thing, y'all. We've removed our Swissness claim from the front of the Toblerone pack and changed our description of Switzerland to established in Switzerland. A spokesperson of the Mondelez company said in a statement, under Switzerland's Swissness Act, which passed in 2017, national symbols and the Swiss cross are not permitted on products that don't meet Swissness criteria. The act requires food products claiming to be Swiss-made to be produced with 80% of their raw materials sourced from Switzerland, increasing to 100% for milk and dairy products. Essential processing must also be done in the country, with exceptions for natural products that cannot be sourced from Switzerland, such as cocoa. Mondelez's new packaging includes a distinctive new Toblerone typeface and logo, and the signature of Theodor Tobler, the spokesperson said. Tobler created the chocolate bar back in 1908 together with his cousin Emil Baumann, according to their website. The spokesperson said, Bern is an important part of our history and will continue to be so for the future. A Swiss government website for small businesses cites several studies showing that the Swiss brand can represent as much as 20% of the sale of certain products and as much as 50% for luxury items compared with similar goods from other countries. The Swissness legislation aims to protect the value of the Swiss label, according to their website. So, big changes coming to Toblerone. Better go buy some now and put them in a museum. It's going to be a whole new look for old Toblerone. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Also, guys, anybody out there collect Funko Pop toys? It was like a big craze a few years ago. Well, I guess that craze is kind of dropping off. It was $30 million worth of Funko Pop figurines, those big-headed vinyl pop culture dolls, will soon make their way into the hands of a new collector. The garbage collector. That's right. Funko said in its fourth quarter earnings report that a combination of waning demand for the toys and a surplus of inventory is creating financial trouble for the company. Last year, they had to rent excess warehouse space just to hold the buildup of Funko figurines, which range from Baby Yoda to Eddie Van Halen. Funko was holding on to about $246.4 million worth of dolls at the end of 2022. That's 48% more than what they had on hand just 1 year before. The company intends to, quote-unquote, eliminate a bit of that nearly $250 million in inventory in the first half of 2023 to reduce fulfillment costs by managing inventory levels to align with the operating capacity of our distribution center. Funko said in a statement on last Wednesday. It went on to say this is expected to result in a write-down in the first half of 2023 of approximately $30 to $36 million. In short, the product they're storing is now worth less than the cost of keeping it on hand. So they're dumping it. They're dumping at least $30 million worth of it. On a call with investors last week, CEO Brian Mariotti said Funko had already filled its Arizona distributing center to the brim with dolls and was forced to rent excess storage containers to store them. The cost of that extra storage, he said, was causing the company to lose money at a rapid clip. Company execs also announced that they would cut 10% out of their workforce as a cost-saving measure. Of course, fire people. It's a great way to save money. Funko benefited during the pandemic boom, of course, posting $1 billion in net sales for 2021. What were you guys buying during the lockdowns? Funko Pop? Holy shit. That's a 58% increase from 2020, but those gains didn't hold up as the global economy reopened. The company reported a total loss of $47 million in the fourth quarter of last year, and that's down from a profit of $17 million during the same period the year before. Mariotti went on to say, it was clear on our last earnings call that the business and operations hit an inflection point. A combination of macro factors and Funko-specific issues have disrupted our financial and operating performance to an unacceptable degree. So, Funko stock had fallen 9.4% this year so far. There you have it. Camp out by those dumpsters and get your fill of Funko Pop toys. I'm sure there's people that are waiting. Bated breath. See where they're dumping these toys. And you know, Aaron, I think Funko Pops are about 2.2 inches tall as well. All right, and hey, that's the news, you guys. I appreciate you listening. Some interesting stories out there. Weird stuff going on out there in the real world. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll hit you with some celebrity birthdays, some on this day history, and our shameless plugs. You're listening to Jams and Coffee in the Morning. Here's one from Victoria Lee. This is Saturday morning. We can all pretend that it's Saturday morning, can't we? Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Time for a morning with you. All I want is you by my side, and I don't think I can go on dreaming of you. Boy, you better get your ass on that flight. 'Cause I need a Saturday morning, Saturday morning, and I need a Saturday morning tangled up in you. Saturday morning, I need a Saturday morning, tangled up in you. Cause my phone just keeps on beeping. Let's go somewhere for the weekend. Take a dive into the deep end. Cause I'll go anywhere with you. So baby, tell me what you need. You ain't gotta say please. Just get underneath these covers and I'll roll us up some trees and wait. We can stay right here all day. Cause I need a Saturday morning, Saturday morning. I need a Saturday morning tangled up in you. I need a Saturday morning, Saturday morning. I need a Saturday morning tangled up in you.
baby, when we're old and gray, we can look back, Lord, on all these Saturdays. Think about the fun we had. Oh, sweet lovers, I'm so glad we had so many Saturdays in love. 'Cause it's you, oh, it's you, girl, that I've always been thankful to. Oh, it's you, oh, it's you. When I spend my life, oh, with you.
Darling, there's so much we could do, but Friday's on and I wanna watch it with you. I need a Saturday morning. Saturday morning. I need a Saturday morning. Tangled up in you. I need a Saturday morning. I need a Saturday morning. I need a Saturday morning. Tangled up in you. I need a Saturday morning. I need a Saturday morning. Tangled up in you. I need a
All right, we're back with Jams and Coffee in the morning here. It's time to get into some celebrity birthdays. Kicking off our celebrity birthday list this morning, turning 67 years old today, the Tony Award-winning actor who starred as Walter White in the Emmy Award-winning AMC series Breaking Bad, which helped propel his film career. He initially rose to fame as Malcolm's father on Malcolm in the Middle. His film credits include Argo, Drive, and Godzilla. We're talking about Bryan Cranston, turning 67 years old today. Happy birthday, Bryan. Turning 28 years old today, this TV actress, notable for her roles in Ravenswood, Recovery Road, The Edge of 17, and Split. She also starred as Stella in the 2019 film 5 Feet Apart. Turning 28 years old today, Haley Lou Richardson, celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday, Haley. Turning 49 years old today, Emmy-nominated actress best known for playing Pam Beesly on the hit NBC series The Office. Her film credits include the 2007 comedy Blades of Glory, as well as Walk Hard, The Dewey Cox Story, and The Promotion. 49 years old today, it's Jenna Fisher. Jenna Fisher turning 49. Turning 43 years old today, Satellite Award-winning television actress, became known as Donna Pinciotti on the hit Fox series That 70s Show. She later starred as Alex on Orange is the New Black. Turning 43 years old today, Laura Prepon. Laura Prepon turning 43. Turning 59 years old today, Emmy Award-winning comedian who had a late-night talk show on Fox named after her. From around 2009 to 2010, she's best known for being a cast member on The New Adventures of Old Christine and for her numerous appearances on HBO's Curb Your Enthusiasm. She also voiced Granny in the film franchise Ice Age. Turning 59 years old today, Ms. Wanda Sykes. Turning 53 years old today, English actress who gained widespread recognition for her roles in The Mummy and The Constant Gardener. Her other major films include The Bourne Legacy and Constantine. Turning 53 years old today, Rachel Weisz. Rachel Weisz. And turning 39 years old today, American comedian and actor known for his roles in films such as Tropic Thunder and Lottery Ticket. He also appeared in 8 Mile, Roll Bounce, and Tooth Fairy. At 39 years old today, it's Brandon T. Jackson. Happy birthday, Brandon. Those are our celebrity birthdays. We do have a celebrity birthday of someone who's passed on. A television and film actor who's best known for his role as Father Peter McAllister in the Home Alone films. His other films include Chilly Scenes of Winter, Sharknado, Cutter's Way, and The Pelican Brief. We're talking about John Hurd. John Hurd was born in 1945 and passed away sadly in 2017 at 72 years old. Happy birthday in the beyond, John. We also have some on this day history for you. On this day back in 2010, March 7th, 2010 to be exact, Catherine Bigelow became the first woman to win an Academy Award for Best Director for her film The Hurt Locker, about an American bomb squad that disables explosives in Iraq in 2004. Prior to Bigelow, only 3 women had been nominated for a Best Director Oscar. Lena Wertmuller for the 1975's Seven Beauties, Jane Campion for 1993's The Piano, and Sofia Coppola for 2003's Lost in Translation. 2010, making history, Catherine Bigelow. And on this day, back in 1876, 29-year-old Alexander Graham Bell received a patent for his revolutionary new invention. I bet you can't guess what it is. That's right. It's the telephone. I don't believe that he's 29 in this photograph here. If he is, boy, I feel better about myself. But that's right. On this day, back in 1876, Alexander Graham Bell received a patent for his telephone. And there you have it. All the good goods just for you here on Jams and Coffee this morning. All right, time to get into some shameless plugs. And then I'll get you on with the rest of your Tuesday. You can get out there and get some tacos. Breakfast tacos? I think they do that at Taco Bell. Have tacos all day. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you so much for tuning in this morning to the Jams and Coffee radio show. Broadcasting each weekday morning, God willing, at 8 a.m. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That would be awesome of you to do. It really helps us out with all of our ventures in the Jams and Cocktails Podcast Network umbrella. Shout out to Shore Life Radio for hosting our show on weekday mornings and our podcast on Wednesday nights. And all you waiters out there tuning in and listening, I thank you so much. Hope that you make your way over to our JNC Podcast website at some point and take a peek around and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our other various social medias. We'd love to become friends with you. The Shore Life Radio you can listen to in the TuneIn app, available at your favorite app store, or on their website at shoreliferadio.com. You can also listen to the show on JNC Radio, our companion radio station, and the Live 365 radio app, or on our website at jncpodcast.com. And check out our Jams and Cocktails live podcast, broadcasting live Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. We have some fun with great guests. We do some shenanigans. We had Jordan's birthday party last week where we put her in the dunk tank. All kinds of fun stuff. This week coming up, we have DJ and producer Patrick Coles in the house. I'm going to talk about some of his new music coming out and get a little bit of his story, get to know Patrick a little bit better there. So join us tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for Jams and Cocktails. Check out our friend Paul's Drums and Rums podcast and his live stream on Thursdays at 8 p.m. This week they're doing a feature on Women's Month. March, of course, is Women's Month. So he's turned his podcast over to guest hosts, and they're featuring women in drums and rums. So a great month to check out Drums and Rums. And, of course, his happy hour, biggest happy hour and a half hour on Thursdays. Shout out to our sponsors and partners at Code Rum, Hop Life Brewing, Sneaky Tiki in downtown Stewart, The Bug Juice, Bug Repellent and Skincare Products, Chester Custom Designs, Laser Etching and Design, BradBrockDesign.com, LearnToLiveAboard.com, great blog for living on a sailboat. Check it out if you've ever thought about it. It'll be worth it. And if you're looking to further your education, consider an MBA program earned completely online from the Academy of Mid-Florida. You can get more info on their website at academyofmidflorida.com. I don't have any one-man band shows coming up until Thursday at Manatee Island in Fort Pierce. But you can find all of my one-man band show dates at bradbrock.com. And if you love what we do and you'd like to help us out, you can visit us on Patreon, patreon.com/JNC Podcast. And it's a $5 a month subscription. You get some behind-the-scenes footage and exclusive content there. And helps us keep the lights on and keep doing what we're doing. We really appreciate that as well. And that does it for my shameless plugs. I think we're going to get you out of here just a couple of minutes early today. But let's get together and do this again tomorrow morning, shall we? Whatever you do today, do it with a smile. And be kind to one another out there. Broadcasting live from the legendary JNC Lounge, I'm Brad Brock. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye for now.
Tune in again tomorrow morning for the latest local buzz, national headlines, music news, and more on JNC in the Morning, right here on Facebook and YouTube.